Hey guys. Bryce is here using the Scansoft voice. Been a long time since I've used this voice on video. In this video I will be talking about Google+, since this year it would be shut down for 2 years. I joined Google+ in 2017, just about the same month as I joined YouTube as well. I thought it would be a good social media site to post pictures, text, share posts, or whatever. A few times I posted on my profile, then other times I would post to other communities. I first posted photos, then I would start posting links and text. The first community that I joined was the Canadian Scouts official community, which was a community made by Canadian Scout himself. I would share photos, videos, YouTube links, download links, thoughts about whatever, and anything else I could think of. That community was people who consisted of those who like to watch Go Animate, also known as Vine videos from this user Canadian Scout. I did the same thing on my own profile, but I thought joining a community would be a good start as well, because I would have people viewing it. I also talked with a few people whenever they would post a comment on my post, or have to reply to somebody else. Some of the download link that I would post are from cloud storage services, because I would post things from what I put on there like Mediafire or Google Drive. I would make a file and post it, so that way people could download it. I also posted a link to songs that I like, or new songs that I liked. When I started using Google+ more often, I figured I would like it, and start using it. So I did. I would also search up things, and see if people posted anything about it. The second community was created by a user called Sam the Vlogger. He's a YouTube user who did text-to-speech content, gaming content and live streams. I thought I would join, and hang out in that community, since I watched his content when he was on YouTube. I would hang out, and post stuff and view people's posts on that community. I also joined a community called Apple, which people used to post about Apple products and other things about Apple. I talked about Apple products, including sharing my Siri shortcuts that I created when I started making shortcuts in the beginning of 2019. I would either post the link to iCloud or the shortcuts page on Routine Hub. I also posted my old talk show about iTunes Radio, which is now Apple Music. As of right now, I use Apple Music, and it's probably most likely even better than what iTunes Radio was, since you can also add things to your library, and do more than you couldn't do before. Who I don't know his name or username commented on the post, and we talked about why I liked it, why he thought it was good, and what he uses now to listen to music. I also joined another community called MonsterKit, the community for the electronic dance music record label. I would post about my songs that I liked from artists, as well as my YouTube playlist called Electronic Dance Music, which is now in Apple Music and SoundCloud. On my own profile I posted jokes as well. While we are on the topic of joining communities, I also joined a few YouTube communities. Most of those communities that people would make would allow us to promote our channels. Now, I used other communities to do the same. I thought that would be an even better place to do so. Most of the YouTube communities were named YouTube, because that's their community name the people named for it. I was trying to look for the one that had the most people, because I figured that would be a good thing for my channel. I do not know at this time the creator of the community, but there were a lot of people who posted their videos on there to promote their channel, and that's exactly what I did. Since I joined that community, I have been getting a lot of emails from Google+ about new posts from that community. I signed up to get emails from Google+ about activity on there, such as posts in communities. I had to unsubscribe from getting emails from that particular community, because people were posting YouTube video links every day on there. It seemed like a lot were coming. When I started posting videos to Google+, my channel did get views and subscribers, which is what I thought would happen. Recently, when I would go to YouTube Studio and look at my analytics, some videos were found from Google+. It showed it when I would go to the external sources on one of the stats on YouTube Studio. I thought it was a great first step on getting my channel promoted, especially with a community with a lot of people. I also like to go search stuff, and see if people have posted anything about whatever I search for. Another thing I did was make poll questions. Back when Google+ was a thing, you could post a poll and people could vote on a poll. I would either post a poll on a community, or in my profile instead. Now let's discuss about the shutdown. In fall of 2018, rumors started floating around Google+ saying that its darkest days would be ahead. Some rumors said that Google would shut down Google Plus in the summer of 2019. However, the rumor was true, but it wasn't the summer of 2019. In the year 2019, it was confirmed by Google. They announced the shutdown of the consumer version of Google Plus will happen on April 2, 2019. First, they started by removing the Google Plus API. The Google Plus API was something that was used so that way developers of websites and apps could use it, so that way they could allow people like us to share stuff to our Google Plus profile. That also includes Blogger. If you've ever been on the website R.i.p and you wanted to share something, you've probably seen something like share to Google Plus or something like that. You have to sign into your Google account to do so. They also started deleting pages and posts, and then on April 2, 2019 everything was removed from Google Plus. While they were shutting down the consumer version, that's when they would start to delete everything including pages, and whatever was still left on there. Before Google Plus shut down, I sent an invitation to friend me on YouTube Messages, which was still a thing back then. That way I could talk to whoever added me. That service was shut down in September 20, 2019. Google advised their users to make an archived copy of their activity on Google Plus, so they could keep it. I did that, but I don't seem to have it at this time. It was a great thing to use while it lasted. Now Google Plus is more used for the G Suite users, like those who use it for organizations and businesses. When I first heard about all the stuff, I was really not happy about this at all. It was my second year of using Google Plus, and I wanted to make that continue and make it year 3. One excuse Google has always said is that barely anybody uses their service. For the service, Google said that about only 5% of people used Google Plus at the time, which I still can't find that to be true. I don't believe that, because I always go on there, and when I do I find posts whether from people I follow, posts from news articles, trending posts and whatever is on there. They always say that, and less percent of people uses their services on most shutdowns and discontinuations. This excuse has become old, and is used on almost everything they discontinue. Soon everything Google makes will be removed, because nobody uses it. That's just sarcasm there. I don't really know. I also think that Google doesn't think things through before they shut down something. But I know at the beginning of Google Plus, especially in 2013 and some other years, many people first hated it. They didn't like it, because you had to sign into YouTube with Google Plus, which I guess made it a big deal for some people. But as the years came on, I don't think it's much of a problem anymore. I think Google Plus is a great thing to use, and probably better than most things Facebook or Twitter, especially crazy people running most of their websites. Well, that was my experience and my thoughts about Google Plus as well as the shutdown. Be sure to give the video a like, and be sure to subscribe to see more videos.